What's up, Internet? We are here in the town, and I planned on doing this a little earlier, but here we are. Because of our full inventory, we'll go to the next town over and sell everything, because Nook has already gone to bed. But we need to go to the next town over anyway to try and catch some bugs, so it kind of works out for everyone. It just doesn't clean up the mess in front of my house, and for that I apologize. But, I planned on doing this sooner, but I'm recording Crossed Swords on the Neo Geo for a review. That game's campaign is long, and it's repetitive, and it likes to cheat a lot. It's a neat game, mind you, but oh, it drags. And when you run into like the millionth enemy that has like a perfect guard against all your abilities, you just kind of want it to end fast. But either way, we are going to make it to the other town. And then we're going to try and catch some bugs. We've got about 20 minutes left for that. And then, I don't know. I'm not sure we'll do anything after that. Oh, it's Blanca, but I don't want to deal with Blanca. So, I think what we're going to do is drop her a little nose and send her on her way, like we have a few times before. Just because it's the fastest thing you can do, really. It saves time. A thing we desperately need to do, because I don't want to talk to people on the train. Can they not see that I am not a sociable person? You probably have met before, I don't remember. Go away. There, you have a nose. You have nose, go away. And they'll be able to see, but at least you can smell. Well, at least it's a nice night out. If it was raining, I would just give up at this point. I'd be like, oh, just nothing's going on. Okay, step 1, sell everything in our pockets. Step 2, try and catch some bugs. And also equip the bug net, because we can do that. Alright, so there's a Darner Dragonfly. We don't need one of them, though. We do need one of the red dragonflies. I don't know if that's an August bug or a September bug. I'm inclined to say it's a September bug. But boom. 3,000, 3,000, 30,000 bells. I'm in a rush, Nook. For I have things I have to do. Like catch bugs. And also pluck weeds. Ah, I guess that's not the last time we'll see those little guys. That's okay. Now right now I don't think we need to catch any fish, because the only August fish we need to catch, as far as I'm aware, is the jellyfish, which won't be available for like 2 weeks. If I recall correctly. However, there should be plenty of insects for us, and that is important for our bug collection. And I hear someone now. And I caught one. Alright, we got a grasshopper. Cool. Let's get our bug list open. We are currently missing 7 more insects. Let's see if we can find them. I know there's a bunch of locusts and stuff we're missing. That I also believe are August insects. I hear a cicada. But that doesn't do us much good here. Go away. You're not the bug we're looking for. But we did, if nothing else, get a grasshopper, so we're at least starting. I think that was a banded dragonfly, not that we needed it. We already caught a whole bunch. Gulliver! There's another banded dragonfly. Look, you silly. I could have caught that banded dragonfly if I didn't come over to help you, so you better give me the last thing I need, Gulliver. Also, come on. Let's go. Stop giving me your useless dialogue lines. And just, you know, let's go. Now, hopefully this is a thing we don't have, but odds are it is something we have, because we have pretty much everything he gives you. Now stop talking to me, Gulliver. I have got to go catch bugs. Guys, they're going to go away in about 14 minutes, if I understand their schedule properly. What did we get? A Mouth of Truth. Well, we already have one, but it's one of the more recently acquired ones that we needed. Okay, that's a cicada. I don't need one of them. There's a ball of undetermined sportsness. I think it's supposed to be a volleyball, but I'm not sure. I know there's more than just this grasshopper we caught. We just gotta find them. And we don't need that common butterfly. That's a darner. We don't need it anyway. There's a thing we can dig up, but I'm not interested right now. I want bugs. Because I'm working my collection. That I don't need, but it's pretty, so we'll take it home with us. Cicada. Cockroach. Oh, there's Sahara. I don't think Sahara's brought any exotic bugs with her, though. Or him, depending on which region you're playing. That's a bug we don't need. I hear a bug. Come on. Eh. Ah, it's just a grasshopper. I know there's at least migratory locusts and long locusts as well. So that grasshopper. I'm not sure how many more bugs are available this month, but I'm pretty sure at least the locusts are also available. Although it could be that they stopped spawning at 4 and not 5 like I thought. In which case we're running around looking for something that we're just not going to find, which is entirely possible. But it's something we can learn about. After all, we've got about 12 minutes until I figure they'll stop spawning. If that's the case, I will look it up. But right now, we've got to keep exploring and make use of what time we have. That's a bug we have. There's also a bug we have. That's not the one dragonfly we need, though. You haven't moved on yet, Sahara. You hang out in one spot too long, eventually you'll grow roots. I know that's just a darner, but catching it makes me feel better about my lack of catching other bugs we need right now. Yeah, I think they might have stopped spawning at 4 p.m. If that's the case, then we'll just have to do this earlier tomorrow, which is fine. I don't think this is going to be a problem again tomorrow. I hear a cicada. Also, Quetzal looks good in light blue, I gotta admit. I don't want to chase bugs too close to the river. They tend to jump in and then, you know, drown. There's a cicada. I think this little quest for insects is unfortunately not going to work for us today. Which is unfortunate, because that's one of the biggest things I was excited about it being a new month. But alas, we must still try, for we have 9 more minutes. At least according to my computer clock. Why am I so bad at catching these stupid things? Also, perseverance prevails. We now need 6 more insects. Although that said, I might still check their specific like daily hours just to be sure. There's a common butterfly. And another one. Ah, Pierce is rocking the shirt I made way back when. I think that's a grasshopper. I know if nothing else, there's still the migratory locust we have to find. At least in this sort of family of things. That's a darner. We don't need it. And unfortunately, there's just no fish available to us right now, so we have to focus on this. There's a way, Camo Frog. Actually, he's probably trying to get in the way so that he can find the bugs and eat them. That's totally what a frog would do. Here's a cockroach. I don't need one of them. Right now we're looking for new August bugs for the next 3 minutes. Again, I'm not entirely sure on their hourly schedule, so I'm going to look that up once it's 5 o'clock. Just so that we've sort of taken what I'm assuming to be their actual pattern and hours into account. Okay, that's a grasshopper. We've already got a bunch of them. Drone beetle. Aha. I mean, I didn't need another banded dragonfly. I kind of wanted one. I was going to just fly into our net. Why not? Did whatever that was just disappear? I think it did. Hell yeah, ACGC. Where have you been? I've been doing this for almost a year now. That said, I could be doing the N64 one. Oh, my character's got a tan. Basically, if you go to another town that isn't your own, consecutive days, you get a tan. And since my town is set to my actual clock time, which is presently almost 11 PM, there's just nothing going on. So, when I need something to do, I go to my other town that I started 20 years ago, which is 6 hours difference. You'll also develop a tan if you go to the island and hang out there for a while. Which is also like the only way to get Wario's Woods in this game, so... Also the Aloha shirt. And I think tennis? Yeah, tennis, I believe is it. Yes, you go to a different town from a different GameCube memory card. You don't visit 2 towns at once. You go from your hometown to another town from a different memory card in the second slot. And there's a cicada, but we don't need one of them. I'm gonna have to pull up the wiki and see how many bugs are available to us. But... okay, I think that's a... why am I so awful at catching these guys? Yep, I still have the save file from when this was first released on the memory card that came with the game. It has a sticker of Rover on it. Well, it was a big important game for me when it first came out, so I had to hold on to it. It's one of the few games that actually didn't get stolen from me, like 5-10 years ago, when I was in high school. So I'm very glad of that. Because this one was important to me. Alright, we are running out of time to find bugs. Yeah, it does suck. I've lost, well, you know, relative to 10 years ago, I lost my entire collection. Basically. I agree, AC games are great. Oh! Ah! Banded Dragonfly, damn it. Cicada. I have almost all of them, including the original on the N64. I'm just a big fan of the series. I think the only one I'm missing right now is the Wii one. And I used to own that, but again, it got stolen. Oh yeah, I play all Nintendo games. I play pretty much every game on every system that I can. Yep, the original Dobots no Mori on the N64. I've got an import one. Although, you know, while the N64 is region locked, the region locking on that is a complete joke to break. It's literally just drill 2 little posts in your little cartridge slot and you're good. Took me like 15 minutes into Dremel. I try and play everything I can. But I'm also, you know, a game reviewer online. I have to play everything I possibly can. But I've always just had a general fascination with games and the game industry, so I've never really limited myself to anything. But I didn't get into PlayStation until super late. Like, as of now, my PS1 library is, like, I think 12 games or something like that. I'm trying to work on that. And I just got an original Xbox last year. So I don't have any money or a job, so, you know, buying more games is a little tricky. Outside of, like, the few dollars my Patreon brings in for the show. But you do the best you can. Oh, I don't know if that's the Migratory Locust, but it might be the one we need. Ah, it's a long hit. I already have one. Oh crap, we got about a minute before bugs, I think, are going to stop spawning. Yeah, money's a little tricky right now. I lost my job last year, and then, because I didn't have enough subscribers on my YouTube channel, YouTube took away my monetization because they had, like, that policy change. So now I'm just sort of working with donations from fans to keep the show going. But I don't have a preference to what I play as long as it's interesting. I just love discovering new games I've never even heard about. That's partway why I like pirate gaming and also import gaming, because there's just so much that's weird that no one's ever heard of. There's always something new to discover in the world of video games. And everything always has like 1,000,001 secrets to discover. I do believe we are running out of time to find this bug. If that's the case, I'll probably just park my character, open the wiki while I do this, just because I want to see what the hours are specifically for these guys. So we can try again for that tomorrow. Granted, we're not going to get the gold net this month anyway, but still, we got to keep working towards it. Alright, it is 5 p.m., so I'm gonna just park my character for a sec. let's go to Animal Crossing Wiki. And we're going to minimize the tab so that I can see it as well as chat. I've really not played too many of those games. Like, I've played almost all the Halos, but I don't really like Halo all that much, honestly. Like, there's a few that I really like, and those are the ones that don't involve Master Chief. But I think the weapons in Halo are kind of crap. I think I've played one of the Killzone games very briefly, or that might have been Resistance. Alright, collecting bugs. Okay, we're looking for... let's see, August bugs, that's what I want. Bugs that can be caught in... Thank you, Animal Crossing Wiki. You have been such a wealth of information and use. Bugs by season. Bugs organized by season. Thank you, but that's not useful. Why is this wiki so crappily laid out? Bugs, Animal Crossing, there we go. He's just got a tan. If you hang out in a different town for long enough, you develop a tan. Or the island from the Game Boy. Okay, so we're looking for August. Guys that show up in August. Red Dragonfly shows up next month. The Mantis, okay. Long Locust, Migratory Locust. Well, we still should be able to get the Migratory Locust, but other than that, it's like the Mantis. Okay, well, maybe we can wander around and still look for the Migratory Locust or something. Well, Animal Crossing kind of was on the SNES. It was called Harvest Moon. And it was really, really good, but also really rare and expensive, which is why I don't have a copy. Gaming wikis are basically separate, but they're similar concepts, but they're entirely fan-run, and because they're not just a giant encyclopedia of information, it tends to be very dedicated people that work with them, which limits them a fair bit. It would be pretty cool if there was like a new SNES Animal Crossing game. I will admit that would be interesting. Not sure how well it would run because those things have very limited memory compared to what this was running on, but you know, it would be interesting to see, to say the least. Alright, so we should still be able to find the Migratory Locust if we look hard enough. That's the Long Locust. Yeah, I think the Migratory Locust is spotted. But we will see if we can find one. Because that is still an option for us. And then I guess tomorrow we'll try and find the Orchid Mantis, or the Mantis. I think the Orchid Mantis was next game. No, I've not collected all the bugs or the fish, but I'm on the right track. I haven't missed anything since I started at the beginning of the year. Only 6 more bugs, of which there are at least 2 that are available this month. And 2 fish, one of which isn't available till the second half of the month, and the other one isn't available till next month. But that's kind of why we're here right now, is we're looking for locusts to work towards getting the gold net. I think Ness could probably work with this game. He did have a hat and shorts. You're right about that. I have not collected all the stones. Actually, I haven't played all that much Earthbound. I have it on the SNES Classic and a couple multi-carts, but I really want to get a proper NES card of it, or SNES card. But I have collected fossils, yes. Although I have not finished the I've not finished the painting set in the museum yet. There's 3 I'm missing, and they're entirely random. So while I can certainly get every fish and bug if I'm diligent, that stuff's entirely random. Now, fortunately, I do have a character from this town, which is like the original character I made, which has a near perfect, if I recall, collection. So, worst case scenario, I could always import some paintings over. But, you know, I'm not going to bother doing that until I finished everything else. The Thanos finger snap of destiny. That actually happened in basically my standard town in this. Every time you travel to a different town in Animal Crossing, a villager from your town travels there. It's gotten so bad that my main town has, like, 5 villagers, and it won't ever increase because I keep going here to catch bugs. There is an action replay for GameCube, but it's really hard to find and expensive, and I do not have one. I wish I did, honestly, because if I had it, you can unlock Ice Climbers, Super Mario Brothers, and Legend of Zelda for this game that are otherwise unobtainable. And I would very much like to have them. But alas, it is not presently meant to be. I mean, on the bright side, at least this locust won't be as hard to get as the stupid dragonfly, but I'm getting annoyed with how little it's showing up. No, if you reset the game at a different location, you get a gyroid face and it's creepy. I've seen it. But, yeah, it's weird, and the first time that happened, I thought my game, like, broke. If I recall, it's like $100. The action replay thing. Now, granted, that's because my present country's currency is worth basically nothing, but it does look a little bit like a Luigi Game Over. Where can this damn bug be? It's gotta be somewhere. I mean, it's supposed to still be spawning for like 2 more hours. I don't plan on playing for that long, but, you know, I would like to catch it before the day is out. Well, it's extra expensive when you have no money. Go visit my Patreon. Make it so that I can actually afford things. That would be nice. I'd like to eat at some point. Okay, seriously, this bug has got to be somewhere. It's not like the banded dragonfly, it just disappears. It's got to be, like, just sitting there somewhere. Yeah, I've seen that Luigi's Mansion beta Game Over. That's where he gets, like, possessed by the booze or something. It was weird and kind of creepy. Oh man, I haven't played Luigi's Mansion forever. I'm gonna have to find a copy of that at some point. Oh, I remember playing the ever-living crap out of that back in the day. There's so many, like, just common GameCube games I just don't have. And they're getting so expensive nowadays. Where can this stupid thing be? It's gotta be somewhere. And I can't exactly go back to my town yet because he would not be able to spawn there. That's impressive. How expensive? Oh gosh. Well, I think that the original, the GameCube Smash game is about $80 to $100. You can ask for a lot more if you've got a really good quality copy. F-Zero is going up in price a fair bit. I know Paper Mario and Double Dash are about $80 right now. And I'm pissed because I've got none of those games. But I have Cubivore. Yeah. Got like the most obscure GameCube game. I'm so jealous you've got like awesome used game stores. My town is terrible for used games. We have like one proper used game store, and they know it. And that's why they tend to charge like 500% times whatever anything actually costs. Like if you want Mario and Duck Hunt, you are paying $50 for it if you buy it in town. It is just depressingly expensive. Oh, they're so expensive because people are trying to capitalize on nostalgia. You know, 10, 15 years ago, you could get basically any game for pennies. I remember, and I'm so bitter I didn't have money back in the day because I would have just stocked up, but, you know, 10, 15 years ago, I saw a copy of Super Metroid sell for 5 cents on eBay, and it's like, nowadays, you're paying a lot more than that. Kirby Superstar, that game I saw sell for 3 cents. Yeah, I think USA it's bad. I'm in Canada, but you know, our dollar's worth half of theirs, so we end up paying a lot more too. But my town in general just has nothing for games, and when we do get games, it's just ridiculously overpriced. Yeah, I could believe PAL games would be pretty cheap. I know like stuff from Japan and Asia tends to be pretty inexpensive. That's why when I supply my show for reviews, I tend to just import from Japan because I can get games for like pennies. At this point, that's just how I have to do it because I've got no income. I think I have heard about Luigi's Mansion's unused boss, but I can't think of what it was. It's been forever since I've looked up that stuff. I am so jealous about people not being interested in keeping their collections and stuff. Like nowadays, now it's like garage sale season, and there's like no games here, but like the one time you run into a garage sale that has games, it all gets snapped up in like the first 5 minutes. You have to get up at like 7 a.m. just to try and find games at garage sales nowadays, just because there's no other options, especially in this town. Oh, I'm jealous. I wish I had a store like that here. I mean, I guess I could try and start importing region-free stuff at least from the UK, but shipping would probably kill me. Shipping from Japan is generally really, really bad as well. But man, that does sound cool. That does sound like an absolute place I'd have to go check out. But that just means I have to go to the UK at some point. That'd be kind of cool. I'm seriously not finding this locust anywhere. And that's annoying, because I need it. Because I want my gold net. Where could it be? Yeah, I'm totally jealous. Best we've got is like this garage sale place at like a farmer's market where the lady charges like 500 times what something's worth. It's so bad. And the weird thing is she doesn't seem to actually ever sell anything. Like, I've seen a bunch of interesting games like at her shop, and oh, I really hope that wasn't what I wanted. But you know, I see certain things at her shop, and I'll like come back a year later, and it's still there. No one's bought it. I could see a lot of people being gamers in America, yeah. Although I don't think it's necessarily entirely a regional thing. certainly nowadays with the internet, it's becoming a more and more generalized hobby, which is a good thing, I suppose. And a terrible thing, because again, people are trying to catch up on nostalgia, which makes my ability to do my job kind of almost impossible. There's a mosquito on this acre, we can run through that. I'm really just not finding this thing. Damn it. But even now, like, importing is pretty rough as well, because even on eBay, like, ignoring people who are trying to capitalize on rarities and nostalgia on there, you know, eBay now has import charges and additional shipping fees on everything, so everything's just costing more. And that's a mosquito, we don't need to hang out here. Oh, that's the thing, I never really used emulators, just not how I do things. I like to have a physical copy of whatever I'm playing. I'm fine with playing unofficial iterations, like I'll use repro carts, I'll use multi-carts, I don't care, but I just like having a physical thing. Yeah, the Anthros do have really, really bad AI in this game. I've seen them just spinning around in place at times. I've seen them spawn, like, on train tracks. Animal Crossing is a weirdly programmed game. Yeah, I've heard Australia's gaming market's pretty bad. Most games tend to cost over $100 nowadays. Well, $100 Australian, but that's because they have to basically import everything to begin with. But that said, I mean, our gaming market isn't much better. New games here are about $85. A purgatory game? Yeah, that's not a bad way to see it. Although the same could be said about any, like, sim game, really. And everything's delayed, and if it's not delayed, it's outright cancelled because, you know, there's too much violence and it can't be rated or something. Because their prime minister's kind of a just idiot. Although I don't think he's their prime minister anymore, which is probably for the best. Okay, I'm seriously not finding this stupid thing. Okay, that's a cicada sound. I've had a few, like, used games just not work on me, but I buy mostly used as well, just because it's what I can, in quotes, afford. Not that I can really afford to do it either, but, you know, I gotta keep my show stocked with games, or else it kind of stops existing. In Canada, no, Blockbusters was not that great. I can tell you Blockbusters didn't exist here until like 5 years after it did in America. So we didn't get like anything, and then it didn't really take over until about 2 years before it died. You know, I could see the value in having your character not have a hat as well as have a hat. I mean, I like my character looking like a Viking, kinda. It's nice. But I do like the stylable hair as well. Or at the very least, the fact that you can have, like, different kinds of hats. Yeah, Blockbuster wasn't really a big thing over here. At least not until near the end. Yeah, unfortunately, Blockbuster literally went in and did what they did and basically took over every rental shop there was. And then they never really stocked their own stores, and then they kind of went under, so I couldn't even take advantage of them just selling themselves. Unfortunately, it's sort of just been a case of everything just not really lining up properly to get good games in this one town. This is like the worst town for games. But joke's on Blockbuster. I have their rarest game that was exclusive to them. I always thought that was weird that Blockbuster had games that were like literally just exclusive to them. That would be pretty cool to buy weekly releases, just new but completely used. Certainly save a lot of money on interesting new stuff. I don't miss Blockbuster, but that's just because I know they kind of ended up killing everything around them. You know, I wish they went under well before that happened so that we still had rental shops. Because there really isn't a Netflix service for games. I know Microsoft's trying to be one. And I know there's like GameFly if that still exists, but nothing really works quite like a rental store ever did. Yeah, I've not run into people selling new games used, but like completed within like the first week. It's just not something that happens here. But we don't have any game shops, so like the best you could do is like go to, I don't know, Facebook or something and see if they are selling anything. And if that's the case, they'll still charge basically brand new prices for it. I think it happens, stuff like that happens everywhere, it's just to varying degrees, and like I said, this is just like the worst town ever. I know right now I'm trying to like get as many of the PS3 and Xbox 360 games off my list as I possibly can, because they're super cheap, but even then, they're still pretty expensive. I mean, I'm trying to get like the PS3 Yakuza games, and those are like $30, $40 each here, and that was almost full price when they came out. Like, it's kind of ridiculous how little prices have changed for used stuff nowadays. And if they haven't gotten cheaper, they've gotten significantly more expensive. That's a mosquito, I don't need that. You know, a dense population might reduce costs, but that's only if the product was made in vast quantities. You know, it would have to outweigh the number of people who want it, really. I don't know, if they were really well stocked and just had a high volume, it would make sense to a point, I suppose. Seriously, where is this damn locust? I am not finding it, and I am getting pissed about it. I want to catch the bugs. I know it's the first of the month and I have a lot of time, but still. That's a cicada. Don't need that. I don't know, I'm just basically down to trying to get imports that play on region-free stuff for cheap, which is becoming increasingly hard to do. There's cicada. Nothing there. So we got this and the mantis at least for the next month to catch. I wonder if the beetles are still available. There's that, but we don't need that. Seriously, I'm gonna look again, because I genuinely am starting to not believe that it's actually available right now. So, we gotta look up bugs. Bugs, Animal Crossing. Alright. We are looking for August bugs. That doesn't spawn till next month. That doesn't spawn till next month. Those crickets don't spawn till next month. The mantis, long locust, and migratory locust. Yeah. Migratory locust should be here. Okay. They have a high selling price because they jump rather far. And the time of day is 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., so it should still be available. Yeah, And they tend to spawn on grass. Now, is grass what, is grass the scrub that you tend to find grasshoppers on? Nope, those are bushes, apparently. So it should just be on green dirt, really. Here, a mosquito. So it really should just be anywhere with greenery. So it should not be this difficult to find. Thought I saw something, but I guess not. There's a cicada, so there won't be another bug here. Let's not destroy those flowers if we can help it. I hear a mosquito, so we don't have to hang around here too long. You know, I think I'm probably the only person in the world who actually wants to find a locust. Most people tend to shudder at the thought of them because they wreck crops. I need one right now. So badly do I need one. Cicada. Alright, Cube, have you seen a grasshopper looking thing that's not a grasshopper? Because I need one. No? Okay, fine. Drone beetle. I think that's a long locust. Migratory locusts tend to be a little bit chubbier and they tend to have spots. At least that's not what I need. Oh, I've got a lot of these guys. I don't need that many. But I just need one of the other ones. I'm actually genuinely surprised at how hard they are to find. There's another thing I can dig up, but I don't need it. I should probably eat soon too. My stomach's kind of growly. I don't want to find the bug. It must be somewhere. Then we could give it to Blithers and he'll be all freaked out because we gave him a bug, but he'll be happy because his museum will be close to being complete. I hear mosquitoes, so we don't need to hang out here for too long. Here. Cockroach. There's a cicada. Kinda glad cicadas are still around. I like their music. But they are not what we are looking for right now. We need to find ourselves a chubby locust. 3DS games, for what they're worth, are pretty expensive here too. I think they're about $60, $70. What really pisses me off about the 3DS is it's the one Nintendo handheld that's region locked. Yeah, I'm hunting the migratory locust. It's the one bug I can get right now that I'm missing. And then there's one bug we could possibly get tomorrow. But right now, I have to find that locust. Oh, and also I need to make some room in my inventory for flowers to take back home. Okay, so that's 5. Alright, we're good. Now, we're gonna find ourselves a migratory locust. then we can go work on our garden back home. And then our quest for bugs for the day shall be over. Sahara, you've genuinely not moved over the past hour. That's weird. Yep, that's our town. Our town is the town. It's the only one that matters because it's the town. It's the best town. Except that Pierce moved out of it and is now living here again. I'm sad about that. Alright. Come on. We gotta find this insect. What time is it? 5:31. Should still be available for like another hour, but I don't want to just keep running in circles for an hour. That sounds really, really boring. There's a cicada. We don't need to hang out here. I quite like that flower. Let's not get eaten by the mosquito while we admire the flower. Pastas are good. There's a mosquito. We don't have to hang out here. That is one thing I wish I could change about GameCube Animal Crossing. As much as I think it is the best one in the series, I really wish they didn't use the GameCube limitations, or the N64 limitations with it. I'd like to have more than one bug on screen at a time, please. It would just be nice. Also, only one fish on screen at a time kind of sucks. This is also the only one that has NES games on it. So it has to be the best one. Also, I like the top-down look better than that weird third-person rolling pin thing. But, man, does this game certainly feel its age. I mean, it doesn't help that it's pretty much a straight port of the N64 game, with a couple new pieces of furniture added, and some modified special events, but otherwise basically identical. I mean, this game's so small, once it loads up, you could take the thing out of your GameCube and it would still run perfectly fine. You could theoretically run this game forever, as long as your GameCube never turned off. Long locust. Well, the thing that sucks about the NES games is the best ones you can't get unless you have an action replay. Except for Punch-Out! That's the one exclusion. That one you can get with a code. But you can't get Legend of Zelda or Super Mario Brothers without using a password, which kind of sucks. And an action replay. You need an action replay with a special thing because for whatever reason those ones just aren't initially available. And it's dumb. Well, they kind of have a virtual console on the Switch, but it's only available if you have Nintendo Switch Online or whatever it is. What's weird about that is, though, like, they create, like, quote-unquote special edition versions of NES games, which basically start you off on the final level, like, with crazy amounts of, like, superpowers. Basically just, like, a weirdly hacked save state mode. And they're pushing that as, like, some special edition of the game. Go away. We don't need you. We need a migratory locust, which I have not found, and they are really bloody hard to find, evidently. Yeah, apart from the NES ones. The NES ones are the only ones they have. I'm kind of surprised they never bothered making like a virtual console for GameCube games. Hold on. I think that's our bug. Could be wrong. But if Velma's in the way, we'll never find out. Go away, Velma. Yeah, I doubt they ever will as well. And it's kind of a shame because, you know, I think there's a lot of money to be had in creating a virtual console for GameCube stuff. It's frustrating because, you know, GameCube games are getting really expensive. Like I said, even the common ones are going up in price. Nope, that wasn't the locust we're looking for. That was the long locust, which we've already caught a bunch of times. Come on, where are you, stupid locust? Getting frustrated. I'm not sure it's necessarily about them wanting people to buy new titles over old titles, considering that they already really overpriced what Virtual Console titles they had. I mean, $5 for an NES game kind of seems ridiculously priced. I mean, if I wanted, I could go out and get a cartridge that has every NES game on it right now for about $15. I know. I've created a series about them. They're great. And weird because they have their own exclusive stuff on them. But then Nintendo went and, at least very briefly, I never really delved into it, but I think on the Wii U they had DS Virtual Console games on that. I just think they're, I don't know really why they won't do Virtual Consoles. I guess that creating like a front-end emulator for it would be a little tricky. But I know they already don't put a lot of work into their emulations and stuff. I mean, they've already proven that they've basically stolen ROMs for stuff. Like, every iteration of Super Mario Bros. Nintendo puts out through Virtual Console is a stolen ROM. Like, someone actually looked into the coding of it, and it's got like a special like identifier code saying it was like ripped by someone to put online. Yeah, this town has a pond underneath its museum. The one in my regular town doesn't, though. Yeah, they've basically stolen a ROM. I believe it was off of, what was that one really popular website, MU Paradise or whatever, that Nintendo shut down? So I'm guessing Nintendo probably took an entire library of ROMs with them when they shut the place down, just so they could put it out for Virtual Console later, honestly. But yeah, at the very least, all their copies of Super Mario Bros. They sell digitally are in and of themselves stolen. Now it's their initial IP, so it's not like it's a problem or anything, but you know, it's been proven that they just took it from a ROM site, which is a little weird. Oh, don't even get me started on copyright nonsense. Ugh, mosquito, run away! Oh, they are best friends now. I am just not finding this locust. I remember these things being all over the place here last time I tried to do this. There's cicada. Now I think part of this is just the fact that other bugs are showing up, sure, but I wouldn't think them to be this hard to come by. Okay, we've been here for an hour. Why has Sahara not left for another acre? It's really weird. She should have by now, I would think. It is 11:40 p.m. here. So it's almost midnight. Which is partly why I need a town that's got 6 hours difference, so I can catch bugs. When they want to show up, anyway. There's a cockroach. Cicada. This is frustratingly dumb. I mean, we're gonna have to come back tomorrow anyway to try and catch the orchid mantis, or the regular mantis, or whatever. But still, knowing that there's a bug that I could catch right now, I'm just not catching right now, is just annoying to me. Yeah, the golden tree, I've got one. It's for growing a golden shovel. There are no gold pears in here. I think golden fruit was in New Leaf, but a golden tree is for growing a gold shovel. You have to find one of the glowy spots that you dig up for free bells, and then you have to bury a shovel there and hope it grows. But it's a tree, so it's like 50-50 whether it decides to or not. It's one of the 5 gold pieces of equipment you can get. 5? 4. Yeah, 4. Well, there are a bunch of ACs. It's not hard to get them confused. They all look fairly similar. Oh, this one is top down, which I like better. Stupid cicada. Also, this is like the only one that has an acre system, which I also kind of like, but also kind of don't like because it interrupts flow. There's a camo frog running towards. Nothing. Okay. I am not finding anything for locusts. I mean, I can't go around catching any new fish because there aren't any. Alright, screw it. I'm gonna wait 5 minutes. And if we can't find any more, I'm gonna go grab some flowers and go home. Work on my garden. Maybe catch some beetles. Yeah, no worries. Feel free to drop by anytime. Doing this every night. I will do my best to catch this locust. Although I'm pretty sure I'm going to abandon that quest real quick because I'm getting bored. Gotta go work on my garden anyway. I actually have to get these to blithers. Is there any new treasure? No, there is not. You're mean, Caesar. Yep, then you have a good morning. Alright, so we gotta go find ourselves this bug. For about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go plant my garden because screw this noise. Drone beetle. I'm so excited for new bugs, but I can't find them. And I need them. How am I gonna get my gold shovel? Oh, locust. Ah, stupid thing. First time I run into a locust in a while, and it's not the one I need. I'm not surprised about that, but I kinda wish I was. Or at least that the opposite were true. locust somewhere. There just... logically, there has to be one. There should be one. And yet we're not running into them. Aw, Peaches was still angry, but now she's not. Hooray! I wish you could, like, lay out some kind of snack for specific animals or something. You know, put out some locust chow. Make locusts show up. It would be nice. It would make me smile. It would mean that I could catch this damn thing. Oh, it's part of a tree. That's not a bug, that's just a tree. Why is Weber still here? You should have left months ago. It would have made me happy. And yet, he is still here. Let's make these two talk. Maybe they'll be best friends. Aw. He made fun of her style. That's not cool, Chow. That's not cool at all. Cicada. Same cicada. But where is our friendly neighborhood locust that we still need? Alright. I think we've wandered around for about over an hour looking for all these bugs and not finding any luck. I think it's time to go work on our garden. We have been doing this for over an hour, so I'll probably call it after that. Still, we got a few bugs. Oh, let's see what Nook has in stock, because we haven't done that either. I've been so focused on completing my collection, I forgot to actually, you know, do daily stuff. Oh, look, it's the vomit shirt. No thanks. I don't want vomit shirt. Do I ever want some of these? Alright, so I guess we'll continue looking for bugs tomorrow. And if we do this earlier, which would be ideal, I suppose, we could, if nothing else, go out earlier and try and catch the other bug that we don't have. The problem with that one, though, is that is a flower-bound insect. And because it's a flower-bound insect, we need flowers. Which this town doesn't have too many of, actually, and we should probably work to remedy that, but all the flowers need to go to my town. That's just how things go. Alright, well, goodbye, cicada. You weren't the thing I wanted, nor the thing I needed, and yet you're just a thing there taking up space taunting me. And I don't care much for that. Alright, let's get out of here. Go home. But first, we'll have to deal with everyone's least favorite cat, Rover. Rovering things up like he does. I'm unimpressed by his roverliness. And yet, we must persevere and deal with him as best as we possibly can. Oh, I don't want to deal with him right now. Got a container of polish for my models. I think I'm gonna have to get a new seal for it because I'm smelling it. Kind of smells like cherries. Didn't realize floor polish smelled so not entirely horrible. let's go home. Let's go plant some flowers. Go meet our best pal Blithers. And then we go and go to bed. I don't know. Maybe we'll look for beetles. I probably won't play this for too much longer though. We've been doing this for over an hour already. I think that there is like an extra friend we could meet, but I don't think he'll show up until at least midnight. And I don't think we have enough criteria met for him to show up, because you need a certain number of like weeds in your garden for him to show up. I should plunk this here. So hopefully we'll never see him. Because if we do, that means our town is less than perfect. And you know, perfect town is part of what we're trying to achieve. Plunk that there. Go run to meet our old pal Blithers. Not seeing any beetles so far. Blithers, I've got 2 more bugs for you. You can take this guy. What's he gonna say about these guys? I'm just gonna get creepy bug eyes. They're all googly. Bleh. I like the Animalese sound clip of that. Bleh. I think Blithers tortures locusts. That's not right. Let's have a grasshopper. Bleh. Oh, he likes grasshoppers. That's nice. Okay, so insects that we still need are the migratory locust, the mantis, which theoretically, if all things go according to plan, we could get both tomorrow. The red dragonfly, which won't show up till September. Like 3 different crickets as well. And I think that's it. Those also show up in September. I'm not seeing any beetles. I wonder if we've run out of their, you know, cycle of the year. It's unfortunate. I guess it happens, though. Maybe this means no more profit for us. Hey, Spike buried a thing. I'll have to check tomorrow. But I think that'll be it for tonight. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, subscribe to the show to see more, because I do this every single night, and I make a lot of these episodes, because it's a daily thing. You might also want to check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see over 1,000 videos waiting just for you. All sorts of crazy games that I play, most of which even I've never heard of, but I play pretty much everything I can get my hands on. It's very exciting to discover the world of video games. And if you really want to make my day, check out the show's PayPal or Patreon. Support the show any way you can so that I can continue to do what I do to the best of my ability, which in this case is wander around for about an hour looking for a bug and failing miserably. But you'll get yourself on the Discord where we can talk about awesome things like wandering around for an hour on end and finding the bug you're looking for. That's a great feeling. Maybe you can tell me about it someday. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, Internet.